This is the plaintiff, Portia Mitchell. She says she bought a car from the defendant, and before she knew it, the thing burst into flames in front of her eyes. She's lucky no one was hurt. The defendant says it isn't his problem, and she's now stuck and needs help from the long arm of the law. She's suing for $5,000. For all, she's out. This is the defendant, Athanasios Frenzilas, also known as Tom. He says the plaintiff and her rude family have been nothing but trouble since day one. He has no idea why the car burst into flames and thinks she did something with the electrical system to cause a spark. Bottom line, she took possession of the car, did who knows what with it, and that's the end of it. He's accused of going up in flames. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,500 for loss of business and lawyer's fees.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Portia Mitchell.
Hi, how
you
you
are
doing?
suing. Hi, Tom Belmore's Auto Service Incorporated, doing business as Tom's Greenfield Service Incorporated, represented here today by Mr. Frenzilas. You're the owner?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For $5,000, you say your damages actually exceed that for a car that he sold you that, according to you, went up in flames. You have a counterclaim against her for $1,500 for loss of business because, according to you, she made a big scene in front of customers in your store. What happened?
Hi, Your Honor.
Hi.
I'm 23 years old. I'm a college student. I go for early childhood education. I have a daughter that's 5 years old. This was my first car that I ever saved my money for. No one helped me. I saved all my money from working at Toyota. I work at Toyota car dealership.
And you didn't buy a Toyota?
No, because I don't have any credit. So me and my mother, which is right here, and a family friend, Latoya, went to the shop. We saw a couple of cars that were like a little beat up, but this one car was a 95, which when I first came there, he told me was a 96 Chevy Cavalier. It was blue. I named her Aqua. So when I got there, it was July 27th. I bought a car from Tom's Auto Service for $1,100. August 4th, which was a Wednesday, I was driving down the street on South Franklin, and a pedestrian had pulled over to the side and said, "Ma'am, do you smell that?" And I said, "Smell what?" She said, "There's gas leaking from your car." So I pulled over on the side of the street, and I got out the car, and I noticed that I was smelling it. I looked at the bottom of the car, and it was gas leaking out. And just so happened, it was the auto shop right next door, and the owner's name was Roger. So I asked him, I said, "Roger, what's going on?" And he said, "There's leaking." He said, "Let me see." He pulled up the hood of my car. He checked the O-ring, which is found on the fuel injectors. And he said that Tom, which is him, didn't put the right O-ring on to fit the brand of my car. So I called Tom and told him. I called him and said, "Tom, my car's leaking fuel." He's like, "Where are you at?" I'm like, "On South Franklin." He's like, "You have to drive the car to me." So the man which is Roger, got on the phone with Tom and said, "The car is leaking so bad, I don't advise her to drive it there because if she goes over a bump or anything, the whole car could blow up." So Tom's like, "Well, I don't know what you want me to do, but I'm not paying towing to come and tow her car. Either she gets it there or she doesn't get it fixed." So then Roger's like, "Oh, okay." So he's like,
So you decided to go ahead and get it fixed with Roger?
Yeah.
How much did you pay for that repair?
$50 just to get a new O-ring originally.
Okay.
Then I took it back. Once I got it fixed, I took it back to Tom and showed him my receipt that I paid for it, which I have the receipt right here. And I asked him for my $50 back, being the fact that I just bought the car a week ago. He told me no. So on August 9th, I went to my previous job, and I had asked to get an inspection because at Toyota, I thought I could get it for free. I'm not even gonna.
Okay.
I tried to get it for free.
Okay.
And they told me that the safety part of my car passed, but the emissions part would not pass because it had fuel that was leaking. It had gases that was not good for the air, so it wouldn't pass. So I called Tom and told him, he said, "Don't worry about it. I can make your car pass inspection." So I said, "You can make my car." He said, "Don't worry about it. You just come here before, because in New York, they give you 10 days to get your car inspected, a 10-day thing." So this was the 10th. I had 2 more days because it was the 12th.
So did you bring the car back to him?
So then I call him. He goes, "Oh, I'm not inspecting your car. I just cut my arm. I don't know what to tell you. I can't get your car inspected for you." Okay. So then I didn't have anything else to do because my car wouldn't pass inspection. So then I went and got the problem fixed, which was the fuel injectors. I needed 2 brand new fuel injectors fixed because he wouldn't fix it and he wouldn't get my car inspected. So after I got it fixed,
Can I see that? Okay, slow your roll.
Sorry.
Slow your roll. You're talking fast for me, and that's saying a lot.
Sorry.
Give me the O-ring receipt and give me the 2 fuel injectors receipt.
Okay.
So go on.
Then the time when I first got the car, he gave me a 30-day warranty on the engine. He told me that if anything...
Let me see your 30-day warranty. Where's the bill of sale for this car? Do you have that? Or is this it?
No, ma'am, that's all I have.
You have, what about the warranty that New York law requires you to hand over to?
I sold the car as is.
Okay, so you never hand those out to anybody when
No,
you're
ma'am.
selling cars? Okay, you should be.
I told her before I even sold
How many miles did the car have?
Over 100,000 miles.
How many cars did you show her that day?
I showed her, there was 4 cars on the lot.
Okay, you're a dealer then, under New York law.
No, I'm not.
Hey, how not? You offer more than 3 cars for sale at a time. What is your understanding?
They're not my cars. They're customers' cars.
Okay. You offer more than 3 cars for sale at a time, but it's like the Inspector Clouseau defense. That's not my. Did your dog bite? No. Then the dog bites, and that's not my dog.
That is correct.
Okay. According to you, it has no warranty because of the mileage. So New York law doesn't require you. That's what you're saying. That it's over 100, so you don't. New York law doesn't require you to have any.
No,
so
not at all.
As
not
is.
at all. Before I sold her the car, I made it very clear that the cars that were being sold as is. And I made it very clear to her before she purchased it.
If you're selling cars, why don't you write the odometer reading? Because, see, here's a problem that you have. In the state of New York, we don't care what you say.
Right.
It matters what it is. In other words, if you tell somebody, I'm giving you a 10-day warranty, and the law requires, based on the mileage, that you give them a 60-day warranty or whatever it is, it is. So it's really important to spell out the odometer reading on a bill of sale on a car.
Right.
Now, according to you, it's 100,000, and then everybody on that side gasped. I don't know how her friends know her odometer reading, but let's hear it. Go ahead.
Hi, Your Honor. He's a pathological liar. I have 2 witnesses that came with me to buy the car, but he's lying because he told me there was only 66,000 miles on the car.
Okay, and who are your witnesses as to that?
My mother and Latoya Jackson that came with me.
Ladies. Okay, Mom, were you
Hi,
present during this?
Yes, I
the
was.
negotiations and sale of the car?
Yes, I was.
And were you present during the discussions on the mileage? And what was the mileage?
Everything. I looked at it. It
Okay.
says 66,000 miles.
All right, now, what ends up happening to this car? Because you've told me about 2 problems.
Okay, so after that, I couldn't get an inspection, I received tickets because I had no inspection on it.
Well, tell me about that. She says that she
When I sold her the car, okay, she kept asking me.
I mean, because this is, by the way, let me just say, it says in the receipt that you handed her 30 days warranty, and everything we're talking about is still within the 30 days. So why weren't these 2 things? Why did she have to go out and pay $50 and $300 to get this stuff fixed somewhere else when you should be covering it?
On the engine only, it says on the receipt.
Okay.
And the reason why it says on the engine only is because I was selling the car as is.
Okay.
The
So
car
fuel injectors and O-ring have nothing to do with the engine?
It's part of the engine, but it's not the engine.
All right, so now you had another problem besides this, and what was the other problem? Tell me about the lighter.
On August 20th, I'm in my job, so I went on a break. First of all, I was late to work. I'm gonna be perfect. I was late to work, so I parked in the front where the new cars are. I was gonna switch on my break, so I went in to clock in. So it was my break. It was time for me to go, right? So I went out. Doris, which is one of my coworkers.
Go ahead and have a seat, ladies. Doris, come up.
Doris is one of my coworkers. She asked me, did I have a cigarette? So I'm like, no, I don't have a cigarette. She said, do you have a lighter? I said, yes. So I put the cigarette lighter in the car, right?
Where was the cigarette lighter before that?
It was on, it never stood in
on
this.
the side.
Because I only used it for the car charger. You know how you put the car charger in the cigarette lighter? That's the only reason I wanted it to work, because I wanted to charge my BlackBerry. So I put it in there for her. It popped out immediately.
That'll show you. Why don't you quit smoking?
Yeah, it popped out immediately. So we're like, where did it go? So we're on the, like, looking at the bottom of the car, laughing.
Probably
and
laughing.
stuff. So as soon as we look up, the whole dashboard's on fire.
Do you have a picture of the smoking dashboard?
Yeah, I have a picture of everything in the
dashboard.
dashboard. I have a picture of the after effects. I took a picture of the cigarette lighter inside. I took a picture of everything. So
go on.
They called 911, which I have the fire report. They had ripped my car apart to figure out where the fire came from, and it was an electrical shortage in the cigarette lighter.
Okay.
Which is right here, original copy.
And this
of the
happened
fire.
on what day?
August 20th, not even a month later.
Okay, let me see that. What's your position on that?
I think it was self-inflicted.
How, though?
I don't know. There's a fuse on that cigarette lighter. She's telling me that she used a cigarette lighter for her blueberry or whatever it was.
Blackberry.
And it didn't catch on fire because she used a blueberry, and now she's using a cigarette lighter and it went off. Something smells funny. And it's not.
Yes, the fire in the dashboard. It smelled awful funny. Where's the car now? Like, what's going on?
Okay, let me tell you this. So, Toyota was very upset at the fact that I didn't follow regulation.
That you put a car that blew up next to
Yeah,
their
they
new
fired
cars?
me. Okay,
They fired you.
Yeah,
right.
I didn't follow parking regulations. I wasn't supposed to park there, so I got fired. Another thing is, I had to get the car towed with my own money to the shop. Cause you know when it burnt up, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get Roger to fix it. He'll fix it for me, which is the guy that's been fixing my car because I relied on him. When he saw it, he said, give me about an hour to I'm gonna call the parts department. Let me look over. He called me back and said, Portia, the whole dashboard computer is burnt to crisp, which I took a picture of. He said, you need a whole dashboard harness. He gave me an estimate. He
Let
said,
me see. And does he say how he thinks the fire started?
yes.
And can I see the fire report too?
I gave it to you.
Yeah, it's more than what the car is worth. Do you have, on any of these receipts from R&R, does it talk about what the mileage is? Because sometimes some repair places will actually list the mileage.
Should be on there.
No. Yeah, it should be on yours too, but no, it's not. Yeah, there's a space for odometer and nothing's filled out.
How convenient.
What, are you kidding me? Did you just say
saying.
that? Did you just say how convenient? You have a form that the law requires you to fill out and give to her. You pulled out more than 3 cars for sale. You're a dealer. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
as it is, you are stuck with what she says. Because I can't, you don't have the paperwork to prove otherwise. So now we're going to talk about if a car has 66,000 miles, then what warranty do you have to give? It is very specific. New York law says that if it's between X and X, which 66 is, then there's certain things that are covered and there are certain things that are not covered, okay? That's where we are. Electrical is one of the things that is not listed in that statute.
Yes, ma'am.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Are used car dealers shady generally, or is that a bad rap?
For the most part, they are.
Why do you say? Why would that be?
Because they're just trying to wheel and deal and get everything they can from you.
Everybody tries to wheel and deal. Are they shady as a group?
Yes, they are.
Anybody sticking up for used car dealers here?
Some of them are okay. I think some of them are.
Okay, fair enough. You know what? They say that about lawyers, and that's a bad rap. Going inside the courtroom.
As far as the 2 first repairs that you went through, the $50 and the $326.75, I am going to order him to pay that because I think that was covered. So he is going to pay you $376.75. That is small solace for you because, of course, you have a total loss on the car. But the total loss on the car is an electrical issue. And even though I don't like, according to everybody that you've given me, every single thing you've given me, it was an electrical fire. Okay? And the problem is that as much as I don't like his attitude and I don't like the way he does business, I'm still bound by what the law is. It is very specific. New York law says it's not one of the things that the statute says he has to pay for. Okay? That's where we are. Now, Mr. Francilis, you have a counterclaim against her for $1,500. What's that about?
Would you like to hear my side of the story?
I'd like to hear what your $1,500 counterclaim is about.
My counterclaim is for my lawyer's fees that I had to call up to get consultant fees, number 1.
For what?
The 4 times that the police came
For what? Lawyer's
for
fees?
about this case. I had a consultant attorney
Okay.
to find out if I was being scammed or not, which he told me that I was being scammed.
Scammed how?
I told him the story, and he heard the story, and as soon as he heard the story, he's like, Tom, this girl's scamming you. And I'm like, okay. He says to me, you got to go
How is
through
it
the
a
due
scam?
process.
It's either covered or not covered, but how is it a scam?
How is it a scam? Would you like to hear my side of the story? Or?
I'd like you to answer the question I asked without attitude. You need to answer the specific question asked.
300
How does a lawyer sitting in some law firm able to say, based on what you're telling me, you're being scammed because someone says that they had an electrical fire in a car? How could that possibly be truthful, what you are saying to me under
That's
oath?
what he
that
told
a
me.
lawyer said that she was a scammer. That can't be truthful. You just got to be saying that for effect here.
No, ma'am. That's what he told me. I told him my side of the story.
What did the lawyer do for you for $300?
He consulted me on how to come to the case and how to present myself.
Okay, that's what the $300 for. Now, talk to me about
Plus-
the loss of business, the $1,200 for loss
Plus,
of business.
she wanted to send somebody over to me up.
No, tell me what she said that leads you to believe that. That's
I
what
want to
I
send somebody over to you up, is what she said.
She said that to you at the store,
She said that to the store. She's left a message on my machine. Yeah, she did.
Can I say
Several times.
Do you have the message?
I erased the message. I couldn't stand her voice. I had to hit the button. I was disgusted with hearing her voice. I erased it.
Because you stole me a lemon. That's why.
Stop talking to him directly. So, did you tell the police about the threat?
I told the police,
After I called them.
and they told me that Listen, go to court.
I called him. I called the police.
Did you say I'm going to send somebody
No,
to
I
the
said,
message?
what do you want me to act like a ghetto black person and send someone to come bring you? You want me to act like that? I tried to come to him and be professional, and he tried to treat me like I was from like the ghetto. So I said, what you want me to act like I'm from the ghetto?
I don't even know how to respond to that.
No, he tried to make it seem like I was belittled. He tried to make it seem like he couldn't talk to me. Like he couldn't talk to me like a civil human being. So I said, what do you want me to do? Act like most people that usually get jerked by somebody and get somebody to beat you up? That's what you want me to do? That's what I said to him.
So you did say to him?
No, I didn't say I was going to. I asked him a question. I said, do you want me? I didn't say I'm going to beat somebody up.
What did the police end up doing about that?
Police ended up separating us. And they took her side of the story. I stayed away. And then they asked her nicely to leave. I tried and asked her nicely to leave, but she wouldn't leave. She was in my face. I stepped back because I didn't want to hit her. She was asking to get hit.
Okay. No, can I just
and I
say
stepped
something?
back. I said, listen, I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not going to hit you.
The boyfriend, it's okay for the boyfriend to hit you, but not for your mechanic.
All I know, she was in my face. She goes,
what did the police do?
They told him.
Did they arrest her?
No.
Did they file a report?
If I'd saved the recordings, they would have arrested her on the spot.
Were there other customers present when this happened?
No.
What other customers were present?
His mother.
Okay.
Nice. Very nice.
If you talk to each other again, there's going to be a very grave consequence for both of you.
I'm sorry, Judge.
Because I am a happy customer, I have been accused by Tom's accusers of being a supporter of this white man in our black community ripping off black people. When I realized the arrogance and lack of respect of the accusers, I then turned to Tom and bade him not to say another word. This is from someone who's a minister pastoring at 2 churches in Brooklyn. Tom took the advice and spoke not another word. I was present when both parties told their story. I just want to know what he heard said. This is someone who's your customer, who obviously is not leaving you as a
try to make it in.
No, I understand that. That's fine. But when you sue for loss of business, I mean, what business did you lose? You have to prove that for loss of business.
I understand what you're saying, and I lost business because I had customers that were actually waiting for business, and they actually walked out. They said,
"That's the part you have to prove."
Sir,
can you prove
lying.
that?
No.
I could get them here, but they're working. You know what I'm saying?
No, that was a lie. And he was only there on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So what type of loss of business
we're done.
is that?
On the counterclaim against her, I find that you're unable to prove loss of business. You're not entitled to lawyer's fees in a situation like this, and you're unable to prove loss of business. So on the counterclaim against her, 0. And on your claim against him, I'm awarding you $376.75. That's my verdict.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So the plaintiff does collect a little bit, but you're still yelling at him and stuff when this case is already over. What's going on?
Because he's a liar. He sold me a lemon car. I brought him here to get my money back for the car, not the repairs that I paid for the car. I paid $1,100 for the car. I wanted my $1,100 back. And I brought him here for all the people that's getting sold lemon cars that think they could get away with it. It's not right. Rather I know anything about cars or not, you shouldn't be able to sell anybody a car like that. That's ridiculous.
All right.
And I will see you in court.
All right, so step on out here. Nothing on the countersuit, but this case really went up in flames at the end here when that countersuit stuff came out. What was it like dealing with her in your shop?
There was no justice here, my friend. Sorry to say, no justice here. There's no justice at my shop. There's no justice here, and that's all I could say. God bless America.
Well, the judge rules on what evidence is there and what the law is. I mean, she didn't get everything she sued for either.
There was no justice here, my friend.
Harvey?
You got to know the laws vary from state to state. In most states, used car dealers are allowed to sell a car as is, but remember, you can negotiate a warranty always. We'll do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.